Welcome to QA Automation Hub. So in this video, let's see what are Java operators. So operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. So this can be done with multiple operators and this has been divided into groups like arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical and bitwise. So most of these operators are widely used in our code, and please make sure that you understand the need of each operator so that we can utilize that in our programming properly. Alright, so let's see each operator one by one now. And I have already grouped the operators into separate class files. So first, let us start with arithmetic operators. So this method, we will see the basic mathematical calculations that we know already. So how we do it in our code, okay? So it's the similar signatures, okay? For addition, you have to use plus. For subtraction, minus, and for multiplication, asterisk, and for dividend, and this is for modulus, okay? For getting the remainder of that calculation. So this method we are passing now two values here, okay, into this method. So let me go down into the main method. So I will just comment out this one. So I'm passing two values a as 10 and b as 5. All right. And now if I run this program, let's see the output. Here you can see it just adds the value. Okay. For 10 plus 5, 15. Okay. So it gives the value as 15. And this plus operator, you can use it for adding the string values as well. So I have created separate strings here and I am combining that using the plus operator. Okay, you can use the string class method or you can use the plus operator also in your code. Okay, so that will also combine this values. See here, it has combined and it is displayed as QA automation hub. Okay, and this is something like subtraction. So we are subtracting the value of a and b. 15 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay, and here we are doing the multiplication. So 10 into 5, 50, and we are doing the dividend here. So 10 divided by 5, its value is 2, and modulus, it gives the remainder. So what will be the remainder? It's 0, right? So this is the basic mathematical calculation that you can perform using the arithmetic operators. Okay, so these are some arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiplication, dividend, and modulus. Okay, and we have something like pre-increment. Okay, first we will see pre-add increment, and here I am passing one value a and I am assigning it to b. So this is how you can give it. So if you give the plus plus operator before the variable, that is called as pre-increment. Okay, so what does pre-increment do? So it increments the value of that variable in the memory, then loads the value. Okay, so for example, first it will increment. Okay, a equal to a plus 1. So this means a equal to a plus 1. Okay, so this is the expression that it is doing here. So first it will increment the value by 1. How much? So the value will be, now if you pass it as 7 or something, the value will be 8. Okay, and then it assigns the value b equal to a. So b equal to 8. Okay, so it will display here. So this is called a pre-add increment. And what is post-add increment? You have to put the plus operator after the variable. Okay, so what it does in the post increment is it loads the value of the variable in the memory. First it will assign the value. Okay, so if you give it a 7, it will assign it will assign the value of 7 to variable b, and then it will do the increment. So the value of b will be whatever the value that you are passing in the parameter. If it is 7, then it will be 7, but a value, it will get incremented by 1. Okay, so this is how it will happen for pre-increment and post-increment, and similarly for pre-decrement and post-decrement also same thing will happen. So let us now execute this methods. So first I will execute pre-increment and post-increment. Okay, so both will give the same value. We'll give it a 7. Okay, and let me comment out this one. So let me run this program, and here you can see for the pre-add increment, a value is 8 and b value is also 8, but here a value is 8, b value is 7. So here you can see, right, first it increments. Okay, so a equal to 7 plus 1. The a value that we have passed in the parameter is 7, right? So 7 plus 1, so a value becomes 8 here. and then that a value get assigned to b, so b value is also 8. So that's what it is displaying here, a equal to 8 and b equal to 8. But when you come to the post it add increment, first it assigns the value to b. So when we pass it as 7, so b value will be 7. Okay, and then it does the increment, 7 plus 1 equal to 8, so a equal to 8. So that's why b variable value is 7 and a variable value is 8. Okay, so this is called a pre-increment and post-increment, and we will do the same thing for pre sub increment and post sub increment. Okay, so that is also similarly you have to give the minus operator before the variable for pre sub increment, and for post sub increment give the minus operator after the variable. Okay, and it does in the same way. First it subtracts the value and it assigns to a, and then it assigns to the expression b equal to a. Okay, and when you come here, first it assigns the value to b and then it does the operation. Okay, a minus 1. So let us comment out this one now, and we will run the pre sub increment and post sub increment. Okay, so let's give the same value so that you will get some difference. Okay, so here you can see pre sub increment where it is. Yeah, so first I have assigned it as 9, right? So it will come here 9 minus 1, a equal to 8, correct? And then it assigns that 8 to b, so b is also 8, so it is coming properly. And it comes here to this method post sub increment decrement, right? First it assigns the value, so b value is 9. We are passing here here as 9, right? So that 9 gets assigned to the variable b, so it is coming here as b, sorry, 9, and then it does the decrement operation. So 9 minus 1 equal to 8, so a is 8 here. Okay, so this is called as an increment and decrement operator. Okay, and here we have two methods, right? This is something like if you give it as a plus or equal to 3, it means a equal to a plus 3. Okay, so this we will usually call it as assignment operator. So just for an understanding I'm giving it here, a equal to a plus 3. If you give it as 2, then a equal to a plus 2. So similarly, okay, so that I'm assigning here to b, and here if you come a minus, so this is similarly a equal to a minus 3. Okay, if you didn't give any value, then it is considered as 1. A minus 1 it will do, a plus 1 it will do. Okay, if you are not giving any value of before the after the decrement or increment operators. But if you give some value minus equal to, so this is called an assignment operator, and here you can see a minus 3, this is right. So let's comment this one, and I'll run this two methods now. Okay, so I'm giving it as 4. So if I run this one, here you can see a variable of for post increment. First it will go to this method. Okay, so we have given it as 7, right? Sorry, 4. We have given passed the value as 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, 4 plus 3 is 7, and a value will be 7 here. Okay, and now it comes here and it assigns that 7 to b. All right, so you can see b variable is also 7, and now here it comes it subtracts the value, right? So we are passing the value as 4, a equal to 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1, and that 1 gets assigned to b now, so b value is also 1. Okay, so this is simple. So this is something like a normal operation. First it does this one, and then it gets assigned to b, and here also it first it does the this operation and then it get assigned to b. Okay, but you have to clear on this one, decrement and pre decrement and post decrement and pre increment and post increment. Okay, so just think about this one, that's it. Pre increment means it first increments the value and then assigns the value to that expression. Post increment means first it assigns the value to that expression and then it increments. Similarly for decrement. Okay, so that's it with the arithmetic operators, and now let's see what is a comparison operators. Okay, Okay, so these are some comparison operators that we have in Java, and those are nothing but equal to, not equal to, greater than, lesser than, and greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to. Okay, so I have separate methods for everything. So first, let us see one by one. So this I'm passing two variables inside this one, a and b, integer type, data type, and for equal to, you have to give this. Okay, you should not give one equal to. You should have to give 2 equal to for an equal to operator. Okay, so this compares if a and b are same. Okay, then it prints the statement. If they are not same, then it prints in the else block. Okay, so let's go here and just give some value 5 and 6, right? So I will run this program. So it should come to the else blocks because both are not same, correct? So value of a and b are not same, so it properly prints. So this you mostly use it when you are comparing some two variables, whether it is equal or not. Okay, and if you give it as same, then it's going to print properly. Value of a and b are same. All right. So this is one thing, and next we will come to the not equal to. Okay, so not equal to is nothing but if it will compare, if it is not equal to, then it will come to this block. If it is equal, then it will come to the else block. Okay, so these things mainly you will use in your programming here, because these kind of conditions we almost give when we are writing our logics. So see here, both are same, right? So it will come here, not equal to operator, 5 and 5 are passed here. So a is not equal to b, a is also 5, b is also 5, right? So it fails here. So it will not come to the if block, it will go to the else block, and it is printing this one. Okay, and if you give it as some 7 or something, then it will go to the if block. You can see here, value of a and b are not same. Okay, so it comes here because 7 is not equal to 5, right? So it prints the if block statement. Okay, so this is not equal to. Greater than is nothing but if a is greater than b, then it will print here. If a is not greater than b, then it will print here. Okay, so let's see that quickly. uh, okay, so here a is 6 and b is 7, so it is not greater than, right? So it should go to the else block only. It has to print value of a is not greater than b, correct? Okay, so for lesser than, it's similar operation. So 7 is A and 8 is B, so it is lesser. Correct? I am giving here as A is less than B. So this is greater than symbol and this is less than symbol, that we all know. So it will just compare. If A is less than B, then it will print this one, otherwise this one. So it is less than B, right? So A is 7, B is 8 here. So it has to come to this value of A is lesser than B. Okay, so this also prints properly here. So this is one comparison operator, and greater than or equal to. Okay, so it will come here. This is this one, right? I'm passing it as 6 and 6. So it will compare. 6 is greater than b, no, but 6 is equal to b. Okay, it will compare both here. That's why it is called as greater than or equal to. It will compare greater symbol. If it is greater, then it is fine, or it will compare equal to. Okay, if any one pass also, it will come to this if block. Okay, so here you can see it's 6 and 6, right? So it will compare first. 6 is greater than 6, no, but 6 is equal to 6, yes. So it will come here. Okay, so let me run this one. See here, value of a is greater and equal than b. So it comes here and it prints it. Okay, so if I give it like 7, then also it will print the same statement, because 7 is greater than 6, right? So this one passed. Equal to is not correct, because 7 is equal to 6, no, but 7 is greater than 6, yes. So it prints the if block. Okay, if in case I am giving it as 9 or something, then it will come to this one else. I'm running this one. See, it prints the value of a is not greater and equal. Okay, so it prints the else, because now it will come here. 7 is greater than 9. No, it's not correct. So 7 is equal to 9. It's not correct. So it will not come to this block. It will go here. Okay, so this is called as greater than or equal to. Any one expression, if it is true, then it will come inside. If it is not true, both are false, then it will come to the else block. Okay, here it is in the similar way for lesser also. So first it will check whether it is less than, and then it will check whether it is equal to. If any one pass, it will come here, or else it will go to the else block. Okay, so 7 and 9. So 7 is less than 9. Yes, so it is going to this if block now. You can see here value is lesser, so it goes here, right? It is not is not coming. And now if I give it as 9, same thing is going to happen. Because 9 is equal to 9, right? 9 is less than 9, no, but 9 is equal to 9. And if I give some value here as 10 or something. Oh, sorry. I need to give a as greater, right? Okay. So now both are getting failed. So 12 is less than 10, no. 12 is equal to 10, no. So it is coming to the else block. Okay. So this is called as an comparison operator. And these are the list of operators that we have. Okay. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, lesser than, greater than, and not equal to, and equal to. So these are comparison operators. Okay, so now we will see what are the logical operators that are available in Java, and these are some logical operators. Logical using and operator, and this is using or, and this is putting a not operator before the expressions, and this is a ternary operator. Okay, and what is the logical and operator? So this one, right, in the system, I mean in the print statement itself I have given. So this is one condition, and this is the other condition. Okay, so logical and means you have to put this and symbol. Okay, twice you have to give it, and when you give this and symbol, first it will check for the condition here. If it is true, okay, it will take it as true, and it will come and check here. If it is true, then if both are true, then it will print it as true. Okay, if both are false, then it will print it as false. You got it? So now I have given the method parameter as 7 and 6 here. Okay, so let me run this program here, and here you can see it is giving us true, right? So it will come here 7, this is 6, right? B is 6, so 7 is greater than 6, yes, so it is true. Okay, so 7 is greater than 6, yes, it is true. So this both are true now. Okay, so this both are true, so it will give the value as true. So if any one gets false, right? So for example, I'm giving it as 7 here. So now if I run this one, you will get the value as false. Why? It will come here 7 and 7, right? So 7 is greater than 7, no, so this becomes false now. Okay, but here if it comes 7 is greater than 7, no, but 7 is equal to 7, yes. Okay, so it becomes true, this one becomes true, but here it gets false, right? If both becomes true, all comparisons must be true, only then it will give it as give the output as true. If one gets false also, then it will give the output as false. So that is the main thing for this AND operator. You got it? And if you come here, this is OR operator. You have to give two pipe symbols here, and this is also going to do the same thing. Okay, so let me show it here. So see here, here we got the output as false, right? So we have passed the same value in the parameter 7 and 7, and now I will comment this out, AND operator method and OR operator method. I am running it. You can see it will give the value as true, because it will come here 7 is greater than 7, no it is not, so this condition becomes false. It will come here 7 is greater than 7, no, but 7 is equal to 7, yes. Okay, so this becomes true. So here any one comparisons is true, then it will give the output as true. Okay, you got it? Say for example, if I'm giving this as some kind of value like 9 or something. Okay, now it will display as false. See here, now it displays false. So why? Because it checks here 7 is greater than 9, no, it's false. 7 is greater than 9 or 7 is equal to 9, both are failing here, so this is also becoming false, so it will give it as false. Okay, but if any one condition is true, then it will give the output of this expression as true. Okay, but for AND operator, if any one output becomes false, then it will give the output for this expression as false. So that is the difference between AND operator and OR operator. Okay, and this not operator is nothing but whatever the output this expression is giving, right, it will reverse and provide you the result. Okay, so for example here also we will give the same thing. Okay, so I am running this method now, not operator. I will give it as 7 and 7. Okay, so what is the output that you should get here? 7 and 7 means you should get it as false, correct? So here we have seen, so we will also give this one. So we are using AND operator, right? So the similar expression, let's run this two methods now. See, the first one comes false, second one comes true. Okay, this we have already seen it. One condition gets failed, right? So this one gets failed, so it is giving it as false. But here the same thing, it will come, the from here it is coming as false, but this not operator, what it will do, it will reverse the result of this expression. So when it comes as false, it will give it as true. Okay, so if I give it here as 9, okay, so both I am giving it as 9, and I am running this program now. See, here it is true, right? Because 9 is greater than 7, yes. Here also 9 is greater than 7, yes. So because it is an AND operator, both conditions are true. So it is giving the value as true here. Okay, for the first method, for this method. Here it comes, the same thing happens here. Okay, and you can see it comes as true from this comparison. Okay, but due to this not operator, it will reverse the result. Since it is true here, it is reversing the result and giving it as false for this not operator. Okay, so this is the difference of not operator. Okay, and for ternary operator, let me comment this. Okay, so now what we are checking here, this is the condition. Okay, so this is how, this is the syntax. You have to give the condition. If the condition is true, then it will print the first expression. Okay, whatever is there in the question mark. If it is false, then it will come here. Okay, so now it checks 7 is greater than 6. It is true, right? So it will give whatever you are giving in the question mark. So let me run this one now. See here, it is giving true. Okay, and if I give here as 9, then you can see the output as false. It will give the value that is after the question, sorry, semicolon. It's not like true alone. You can give anything. Okay, like it's greater or something. You can give any kind of like boolean, string, integer, anything you can give. It's lesser or something you will give. Okay, all right. So I have given this one, right? So if I run this one, it will come like it's lesser. See here, coming, right? It's lesser, and if I give here, it will print it as it's greater. So this is the syntax. Okay, you have to give the condition first. If the condition is true or false, based on that, if it is true, it will display the value that is available after this question mark. If it is false, then it will display the value after this semicolon. Okay, so you can give anything, string, boolean, or if you give some integer also, it will accept. If you give it as 9 or something, okay, and when you run this, so now it is true, so it should display 10. See here, so this is called as an ternary operator. Okay, so these are the some of the logical operators that we have in Java, and I hope you understand the concept. And this mostly you will use it because you will be comparing multiple conditions when you are writing your code, and mostly you will use this. And if everything needs to be true, and if it needs to go to the if condition or something, then you will be using the AND operator. If any one is getting passed also, then it is fine. Then you will be using this OR operator. Okay, and if you want to reverse the result, then you will be using the NOT operator. And ternary is something, a simple condition that you have a simple syntax here, and as I said, it will display the value based on your expression output. Okay, all right, so ternary is nothing but it doesn't display the value alone. You can give some conditions based on your conditions here. Okay, you can give anything like some a plus b or a into b. Any kind of conditions also you can give for ternary. Okay, so since 11 is greater than 9, it's going to give us 20. And if you give it as 15 or something, then it will multiply and give you the value. Okay, so you can use ternary for any kind of if conditions like so those kind of scenarios you can use ternary operators. All right, so That's it with the logical operators in Java. And now we will see what are assignment operators. Okay, so these are some assignment operators that we have in Java, and it's nothing but just assigning some values to another variable. Okay, and here equal to, it's nothing but I am assigning some value to A, and that value will get assigned to B. Okay, it's simple. All right, and this is plus equal to, it nothing means it's a, sorry, it means like B equal to B plus A. Okay, so this is what the calculation that it will do. It will calculate B plus A and it will assign the value to B. Okay, and minus equal to is nothing but B equal to B minus A. So it will first do the calculation here and it will assign that value to B. And multiplication it's in the same way, dividend it's in the same way, and modulus also it is in the same way. So you can give it either like this or you can give it like this as well. Okay, so Java accepts if you, it will identify and it will do the calculation like this. Okay, and now let us run this program. I have already commented it out, and here you can see I'm giving the value of A as 5 and B as 10. Okay, so let me run this program. Alright, so it comes here A is 5, right? Okay, A is 5, so this B get assigned to A. So B is also 5 here. So in this, it should print both as 5, right? So 5 and 5. Okay, so I'm giving a value here and I am assigning to another variable. So A is 5 and B is getting assigned to A, so that is also 5. So both are displaying it as 5. And here it comes B is 5, sorry, A is 5, B is 10, right? So it comes here A, it is 5, right? So it displays the value here as 5. And B, it will calculate here 10 plus 5 is 15, so B equal to 15. So you can see it displays the value here as 15. And for minus operator, first A is 5, right? So it displays the value of A is 5, and here it comes 10 minus 5. So what is the value? 5. So it displays the value of B equal to 5. Okay, and here it comes similarly A is 5, it is displaying properly, and B 10 into 5, so value should be 50. Okay, so this is what this calculation assignment operator, right? It will do the calculation like this, nothing else. Okay, and here it comes A is 5, all right, and B 10 divided by 5 is 2. Okay, so it is giving us 2 properly. And now modulus is nothing but A is 5, it's giving properly, and B will give the remainder. So 10 divided by 5, the remainder it is giving us 0. Okay, so these are some assignment operators with uh, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Okay, and now let's see what are the bitwise operators that we have in Java. Okay, for the right side operator, I am passing one value as A as 3 and B as 40. Okay, and now let's go to this method. So this is how you should assign the right side operator. Okay, and you have to give greater than 2 twice, and this is the assignment operator, so we are giving equal to. So now what will happen, this operation will happen. B is 2 times right shift, it will happen. Okay, for A. So how it will happen, so B is, we are giving it as 40, right? So it will put the value of 40 here, binary value. So you can go here and see value of 40 is value of 40, this is the value, right? 0010 and 1000, and let's go here 0010 1000. Okay, and this right shift, what it will do, we are giving the value as 3, right? For here, so it will just remove this right side 3 values. Okay, and it will put the values to the right, and the left side it will add zeros. See here, now what happens, it removes this value. So 0101, okay, so that's what it is coming here, and the other things it will add it as 0. Okay, so if you give it as 3, then it will remove this 3 digits. If you give it as 4, then it will remove this 4 digits, and it will add this values here. Okay, you got it. So now this value 0101, what is the value that we know, right? We have already seen 0101 is nothing but 5. So you will get the output as 5 here. Okay, so now let us run this one. So let me comment this left side. And in the output you can see right side operator a is 3, so that we have passed, we know. And for here the value we have passed as 40, right? So 40, and it does the right shift for 3 digits, and we are getting the value as 5. How we got that one? It removes the 3 digits in the right side, and it pushes the uh, binary values to the right. Okay, after removing, it is pushing to the right, and now we got this value after pushing. So there you go. If you check the value, it is 5. So it is displaying the value of the b as 5 here. Okay, so that's what the right side operator does. And for the left side operator, it's similarly, you have to use the lesser than symbol twice, and assignment operator just put equal to, and this is what the expression that is happening here. And for a we are setting it as 3, and for b we are setting it as 5 here. Okay, and now what the value you should get? You should get it as 40, correct? So b we have set it as 5, right? So 0000101, so this is the value. Now left side it will move. You got it? It will add some here, it will reduce, and it will add zeros here. Okay, so for example, if you have this value, right, it will remove this 3 zeros here. Okay, it will remove this 3 zeros here. Okay, and okay, sorry, and you can move it here, and here it will add 3 zeros. So the similar thing is here, right? So this is how it does for the left side. Okay, and for the right side, as I said, the same thing is going to happen. Okay, so what it will do, it will remove this right side digits, and it will add the 3 here. So see, the same thing it's coming here. So this is for right side binary bitwise operator, and this is for left shift bitwise operator. Okay, and if you run this program now, you will get the value output as 40. Okay, and I'm just running it out here. Okay, see here, 3 and 40. Okay, since this value is 40, right? 0010 and 1000 is 40, and it is giving the left side shift operator as 40 for the, and these are some of the bitwise operator that we have in Java, and this is mostly used in the cryptography, embedded systems, network protocols programming. To do some faster operation, they will directly implement using this binary values. Okay, so that's it with the Java operators, and I hope you guys are clear, and thanks for watching this video.